good morning guys. It's another exciting day for us because Teal is doing the final touches and prepping and painting our transom. After that, we get to put our new graphics on, which is super exciting. And we got other projects such as working on the Saildrives and getting that new through holes for the exhausts in as well. So lots to do today.
We are busy.
The conditions are perfect for painting, so.
Yeah, I'm liking it.
Yeah, there's no wind, it's not super hot. And I'm so excited. Did I say I was excited yet?
I think you did.
New graphics, Teal.
I know, it'll be nice. Finally get the boat name on the boat. Start planning the ceremony when we hit the water.
I'm ready. I'm ready for it. So hurry up.
I'm working on it.
Okay, so do you guys remember when Teal noticed a couple imperfections in the boot stripe and he said he would live with it and he didn't have time to go back and fix it? Well, he lied.
The worst of it was right here. For some reason, there's just this spot of about 6 or 8 feet right through here that I don't know what I did. Doesn't look bad at a glance. It's under the boat, so doesn't bother me. Well, I'm lying, it bothers me. I would love to redo it at this point, but I can't. I gotta keep moving. We got too much to do.
He so lied because that's exactly what he did.
Hey.
What are you doing?
Boat's out of the water. This is the time to fix it. It only took me a few minutes to fix this.
Really?
Okay, it took me a couple minutes, but it's done.
And you sleep much better now, right?
I will sleep much better. I am done. I promise you. I think.
So lied.
Well, I spent a good part of yesterday preparing this whole transom and filling all the little nicks and dents and fairing it out, sanding it smooth, and just preparing it for paint today. I think I'm in a good position. Taped everything off. Still early in the morning. It's time to get some paint down. So I get a lot of questions asking what type of paint I use. I use Interlux Brightside. It's a single part polyurethane enamel, and it's a great paint if you prepare your surfaces correctly and you use the right primer or barrier coat. If you don't, it may not last. But if you do all your preparation, I love it. It's a great paint. It's easy to work with. It's easy to blend, and I'll use it every time. So we're starting the process of putting the engine exhaust in. Kind of bouncing projects. Got so many going right now. Lynn's down in the engine compartment right now prepping for glass cloth. We want to get another layer on, make that area nice and strong before we drill through. Let's see how she's doing. Is it starting to flatten out?
Starting to, yeah. There's just a couple areas that we just need to build up on, and then we'll glass that.
Okay.
Then we'll get the exhaust in.
Okay. I'll start mixing up some more epoxy. You almost there?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're just lucky I'm small and I can fit in here.
I know. I can fit, but I walk out sore every time. You just fold right up.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll let her have at it for a while. I'll go mix some epoxy. We're building up where we had filled in that other through hole fitting for the old exhaust. layering cloth on there today so we can drill through tomorrow and install the new exhaust system. Well, not new exhaust system, new exhaust fittings, old exhaust system.
Since I'm much smaller than Teal, I'm going to be doing the glass work today, and he gets to be the backseat driver and tell me what to do.
Oh, you'll do fine. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here's your first thing. Here's your piece of cloth. Okay. Line it up so at least a 2-inch overlay on the bottom, maybe 1.5 inch, 2 inch.
Okay.
And then trace it out. You got a pencil? Here's a pencil. Just do a light mark on the wall so you know where to put the resin when you wet it out. Okay, just set your cloth aside for a second. Here's your roller. And here's your resin. Don't spill. Okay. Just wet your roller and just wet out the surface inside your square. And try not to hit anything with the resin. You got it? Make sure it doesn't drip. Just okay, now yeah, grab your piece of cloth and just tack it to the surface. How's it laying down?
I think it's looking pretty good. I'll just straighten it out with the roller.
Yep. Just be real careful now. Don't drip, don't hit any wires, and just wet it out until it's transparent. Ooh, careful.
It's a really weird angle.
So how do you think you're doing?
I think I'm doing pretty awesome.
Any drips yet?
No drips.
Don't tip your bowl over.
I'm not. Don't freak me out.
You're doing good. I'll check back in a minute.
Okay.
Lynn started with a porthole. Now she's in the starboard hole. Let's see how she's doing in here. Stuff down in the bottom of the closet. How you doing down here?
One down, one more to go.
Getting the hang of this?
I think so.
Good, because I'm tired of glassing. Maybe you could take it over from now on.
Very funny. We should be done by now.
We'll never be done, you know that.
That's not nice.
I'll always have a project. Okay, you're doing good.
Thanks.
So this is the through-hole fitting that Lynn is glassing behind. She put a patch that kind of travels up from here because this is our old engine exhaust. We're moving it up to this position. The water line was right down in here, and we're just moving this just to get it up a little bit above the water. So while that's drying, I'm making back air plates for a few different through-hole fittings. I just took 1/4 inch starboard lumber, drilled it out with hole saws, and routed the edges. So today I've got quite a few things going on. We're going to be working on the exhaust a little bit later this morning, but I really need to start on these Saildrives. There's a little bit of work that needs to happen on these. This is our Yanmar SD20 Saildrives. We have 2 of these, and our Kiwi self-feathering props. I need to service the props. I'll actually take these off, and I have one nick on the starboard hull, so I'll replace one of the blades on that. I need to replace our zincs, and I need to really put some work into these Saildrives. The bottom paint that was on here has a copper additive, and the copper additive is starting to eat away at the aluminum. It's not bad yet, but I want to make sure I nip this in the bud before it starts doing any real damage. So I'm going to strip this bottom paint off here and fair any little divots that have started just to decrease all that surface area. After that's all prepared, I'll put Interlux 2000E on there. This is a multi-part epoxy barrier coat. I'll put 3 coats on these Saildrives. Let that cure, and I'll use a Trilux 3.3, and that'll be our bottom paint. So quite a bit of work to do on these. I know that because I've already started on the other side. It took me a full day to strip this off. I don't want to use any heavy grinders or tools on this because I don't want to really scratch up these Saildrives too bad. So it's hand sanding, and it's a bear, but it needs to happen. So I'll get these all stripped out today, do any fairing today, and start preparing these for that barrier coat. Okay, now that I have this stripped off, I can start to see some of this pitting. It's not so bad. I could barely feel it, but obviously there was some corrosion happening here. I'm glad I'm tackling this now. Got to get real creative getting all this old bottom paint out of here. Just kind of chisel it out any way you can. I want to make sure I get all that copper off this drive. Well, I just spent most of the morning hand sanding this out. I feel real good. There's some pitting right here. You know, it's spotty here and there, but this is some of the deepest stuff right here. So I wanted to see how deep this really is. So let's take a little measurement. Let me pick the deepest one. Probably this one right here. Doesn't even measure. Not too worried about this, but I'll still fair this out and smooth it out. I can feel it, but it's not deep enough to do any real damage yet. I'm glad we're getting this done while we're out of the water though. Okay, I think I'll take a break from this for a few minutes, get on that through hole, because I need that epoxy to cure so we can finish that project up too. This was our old engine exhaust here. A few weeks ago, I shaved those out of here and glassed this on the exterior. Yesterday, we got glass on the interior. So now it's time to re-drill right here, just a few inches up. We'll drill a new hole for a new exhaust. I've already built backer plates, and we'll let this epoxy cure overnight and get this in first thing tomorrow morning. I'm drilling a 2.5 inch hole through the boat. You okay with that?
I'm fine with it.
Okay. I mean, it's fresh paint. You want me to drill?
It's too late now. You already put a hole through it.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. I dished back the Nitacor. Lynn mixed me up some epoxy. I'm going to try to get this in here without making too much of a mess on the new paint here. I have about a 3/4 inch variance anyway, but we'll see how well I do. These are done. Now I can get back to the Saildrives. Next thing I want to do is get these props off. I want to get the props and the zincs off so I could finish detail sanding everything out and start preparing the surface for my barrier coat. I'll get that on tomorrow. These Kiwi props are a little bit different than a standard prop. It's a little order that I need to take these off, so let's get into that. Okay, we're over on the port Saildrive now. This one had some pitting as well. I sanded this down, faired it, re-sanded it, and it is just nice and glass smooth now. I prepared this one for that inner protect, but now I'm getting the blades off here. Actually going to pull the entire prop before I remove the blades. There's 2 set screws on the Kiwi prop. They're a little tight because they have Loctite on them. Just have to back these out a bit. There's one. The other one's 90 degrees right here. Okay, next thing, you just take a 1/2 inch drive on the end of your ratchet. And it should break free. We'll see. Oh, there it goes. Just like it's supposed to. This is supposed to slide right out, and this should just pull right off here. Huh. That's nice to know. Came off just like the manual said it would. Okay, now I'll remove this zinc. We'll see how easy this zinc comes off. Oh, it's already starting to move. There's hope. There we go. Look at that. No corrosion. I'm liking that. Well, good morning. I actually have a little bit of fog this morning. Feels good once in a while. Not painting today, so I'm not too worried. But I was gonna show you what's happening in the yard here. Look at all these cats just starting to stack up in here. We've got 4 cats in here right now. Right next to us is a Lagoon 440. You've got us and a Leopard 46. Another one right down here is a Naughty Tack 48. It's kind of fun to walk around and look at the cats and all the details and how similar and how different each one is. But it's enough looking for this morning. I gotta get to work. We have another foggy morning, so I'm gonna wait for the fog to clear before I put my barrier coat on this. I want to make sure there's no moisture. So in the meantime, I'll get this all prepped and get the engine exhaust in. I just need to sand this out and put my sealant on and secure it in place. So I'll get working on that. What are you guys up to?
We are going to the beach because the girls are going to film a new trailer. That's why they're dressed as spies.
We're going to make an iMovie.
Okay, have fun. I'll see you guys in a bit.
Okay. Bye. A lot of people have been wondering what I've been doing as a cruising kid in the sailing community. And I've made a bunch of new friends and explored a bunch of beaches and parks. And it's super fun. Today, one of my friends came over and we're making an iMovie trailer. And it's starring Compass as the villain. I might show it in one of my kids' perspectives super soon. Gotta film. Bye.
It's so nice that Emma made a good friend while we were here in Port Townsend. It's really made her time here a lot of fun. Okay, back to my through hole. Here's what is going to happen. Here's our hull. I've drilled it out and sealed the core. We're going to run a nice bead of sealant here. And since I've sealed the core, once I push this in, I can run another bead of sealant here. I'm doing this because I'm putting a big backer plate on this. This is a big 2-inch hose that comes off here near a vibrating engine. So I don't want this ever wiggling free. By putting the backer plate on and the extra sealant here, I'll be able to tighten this nut down, and the nut never hits the sealant, so I can back the nut out, pry the plate off if I had to. But this gives me extra protection, extra stability with the backer plate, just to make sure that we don't have any leaks. I like to do this on any through hole that's below the water line or near the water line. This one we've already done and turned out pretty good. Lynn should be back in a minute. She could help me get this in. Okay, you all set up in there?
I'm ready for you.
Okay, it's coming. Here's your sealant. Got it?
Yep.
Okay, this is coming in. Does that look centered? Okay, I'm gonna hold it right here. I can see you in there. Okay, so you're running the sealant around the edge, correct?
Yeah.
Just get a nice bead, then put the backer plate on, and then the retaining nut. Got it?
Got it.
You like it?
I like it.
Okay, get it finger tight. Just get a good finger tight, you know, try to make it as tight as you can with your fingers, and I'll leave it at that. I don't want squeeze out. Okay. I'm letting go, okay? You got it tight?
Yep, got it tight.
Okay, I'm letting go. Perfect. Let it set up.
First sail drive is primed, and now Teal's mixing up the second batch for the second sail drive.
I feel like a scientist here.
This is that two-part, right?
Yes, right here. It's the Interlux Interprotect 2000E. It's a multi-part epoxy primer. I'll get this stirred up and we'll get it on the second sail drive. Kind of nice getting these painted up, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks good. Feels good. It's nice to know it's being protected properly this time.
Okay, this wind is going to make it dry, I think, a little faster, which is good. We can get another coat on tonight. Going to put a total of 3 coats on.
Before the...
Yeah, the Trilux goes down. So we'll do 2 coats tonight and another one tomorrow. Well, it's a day later and a total of 3 coats now on these Saildrives. They're looking really good. You cannot see any of the areas where there was pitting. And I'm real happy with the results. A little bit of stippling on this epoxy paint, but that's expected. This is totally sandable, so I'll give it a light sand here in about a day, day and a half, maybe 2 days, depending on the weather, and then put the final top coats on. But I'm real happy with how they're looking. We'll get years and years out of these Saildrives now. Okay, this video is getting a little long, so I'm gonna have to call it. I got too many other projects to get on, so I'll catch you guys next week.
Thanks for watching this week's episode of Onboard Lifestyle. If you liked it, please remember to subscribe. It really helps our channel grow, and it doesn't cost a thing.
I want to thank our patrons. Without you guys, these videos would not be possible, so thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Anyways, guys, please remember to come back next week and see one of our cool new videos. See you then!
Bye!